Welcome back, and I've been meaning to get to this video. Now, we've been going through a lot of things about this federal regulation about can you refuse service to customers. Now, refusing service to customers is actually a federal regulation, not a law. But business owners can refuse service to customers. Now, you've seen a lot of videos about people saying, oh, you can't refuse service to me, it's not a law, I can come in here without a mask, I can blah, 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 blah. Now, it's a federal regulation that has a lot of statutes. But a lot of people say, you see a lot of these Karens and male Karens and everything, they want to cite a lot of things. They like to say, oh, the Civil Rights Act of 1960, and they be spurging it, and it actually makes me sad. The federal regulation that upholds it, they say the federal regulation actually upholds the law as long as it's not discriminatory for the Civil Rights Act of 1964. As long as the regulation does not violate the discrimination of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Now, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, as long as it's discrimination against that sex, religion, religious belief, race or color, age, national origin, state or citizenship, age, veteran status, or disability. Now, a lot of people say you have disabilities. Asthma is not a disability. It's a medical condition. And a lot of people say, oh, I have asthma, it's a disability. It's not a disability. It's a medical condition. Now, people say, oh, I have COPD. COPD is a medical condition, but it can also be considered a disability. And they say, oh, I have medical exemption. But if you have asthma, and I have friends, and I actually have relatives who have asthma, and they wear masks. And if you have COPD, you can still wear a mask. I've actually looked that up. A lot of doctors say you should still wear a mask. And if you do have COPD, you actually should wear a mask because you are in a high-risk group. And a lot of people say, oh, I have religious exemption. Now, religious exemption is really not existent because the major religious groups have all said, put on a mask. All the major religions have all said you should wear a mask. So I don't know where they're coming up with that. Now, I don't know where you're coming up with these major exemptions from. Now, business owners do have the right to refuse service as long as it's not discriminatory. If they tell you to leave their businesses, you should leave their business. Because if you don't, you are breaking the law. And they can kick you out. If you do not leave, you are trespassing after warning. And if you trespass, they can call the police. You don't have to call the police. You say, you threaten to call the police. Well, I'm going to call the police because you're discriminating against me. No, they'll call the police. And they can have you thrown out. And if you do come back, then you are trespassing or invasion afterward. And then you can be arrested. You probably will be arrested because you are there or within 100 feet of their property after warning, and then you will be arrested. How about that? Believe it or not, you can be arrested. You probably will be arrested for trespassing. That's the way it is. That's breaking the law. And that's just the way it is. Now, religious exemption, I don't know who came up with that. I don't know if it's Telemonth Club or who started that. It's televangelist. I don't know who started that. But it's an amazing thing. Now, a lot of other people say, oh, I have First Amendment rights. Now, First Amendment rights say, okay, the First Amendment, I don't know people who've actually read the First Amendment, but the First Amendment actually says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging freedom of speech or of the press or the right of people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. That is, peaceably. Now, if you ever watch any of these videos, the Karens, the male Karens, none of these people are doing these things peaceably. They go into these stores, these places, and they're not peaceable. They want to scream at these people, they want to yell at these people, they want to physically attack these people. None of this is peaceful. So, and they do it again and again and again. So none of this is peaceful. So people just need to stop this. And respect these people's property. These people do have the right to ask you to leave their property. These are private businesses, and they do have the right to refuse service if you are not respecting the property. These people have their mandates if they want to request that any businesses, if they have the right that anyone comes into their property to wear masks, customers must wear masks, then you have to put on a mask. That's what they require, and you have to do it. If they ask you to leave, then you have to leave. If you want to argue with them, argue all you want, you're breaking the law. And you can get arrested. And if you try to come back, and they call the police, and you probably will be arrested. If you learn something, if you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can leave a comment or email me at sjlaws1003@gmail.com. Thank you.